that fact alone should be enough to collapse everything. Because if 178 worlds exist, then there is also a history you do not know, a humanity that was never recorded, a past that was erased or fragmented until it became unrecognizable. The ice walls are not there to protect you, they are there to contain you. They are not entirely natural, but a reinforced structure, modified, even climatically manipulated, to become nearly impossible to cross by conventional means. They are an imposed boundary, sustained not only by extreme conditions, but by a clear intention that you do not cross, and they are not alone. Behind them lies a first real boundary, a membrane, a limit that is not only physical but structural, the first dome, a separation between what you know and what was hidden from you. But what is truly unsettling is not the existence of that barrier, it is that it is not the only one. Beyond the first dome, the lands continue. Laurentia, Aquarius, Scorpio, the lands of Shiki, the ancestral lands, entire regions with their own ecosystems, their own histories, their own inhabitants. Civilizations that evolved outside the cycle, you know. Some human, but not like modern humanity. They are descendants of another line, another time. Humans who were not fully subjected to the reset processes, who managed to escape, who preserve fragments of memory that were erased here. Humans who remember, and alongside them, others. Giants, the Anakim, not as myth, not as allegory, not as a symbol distorted by oral tradition, but as a concrete active presence aware of their history. A race with its own development, its own technology, and a memory of conflicts that appear in no official record. They do not debate whether this system is real. They do not need to. For them, this is not theory, it is experience. But not everything beyond is liberation. Not everything hidden is benevolent. Aquarius, where entities capable of distorting perception create illusory realities that lead those who enter toward their own destruction. Avalon, where presences linked to other races operate from active structures. The Island of Death, where creatures with glowing eyes hunt in the darkness. There are territories where life itself takes forms the mind is not prepared to process. Places where reality does not behave as you expect. Places that were not made for you. And yet none of this is the most disturbing part. The most disturbing part is the sky. The sky you see is not unique to this world. It is not a window into something infinite. It is a pattern that repeats. It replicates. It is projected. In different worlds within the dome system, similar skies have been observed. Variations in configuration, but governed by the same underlying logic. That means what you believe to be boundless may actually be local, designed, implemented. You are not observing an unreachable vastness, you are observing an interface. And once that idea takes hold, the question is no longer geographical. It is no longer about what lies beyond the ice walls. The real question becomes, why were you made to believe there was nothing? Because understanding that there are more lands means accepting that there is more history. And accepting that there is more history means recognizing that this history was manipulated, filtered, fragmented. And when that realization occurs, something changes irreversibly. You begin to see that you are not free within this world. The custodians do not need visible walls to sustain the system. They need mental boundaries. They need you to believe that everything ends where they say it ends, that there is nothing beyond, that there is no reason to search. That is why you were taught to look upward, to project your curiosity towards something you cannot reach, while everything that mattered remained around you, hidden in the plane you were never encouraged to explore. But there were those who crossed. William Morris was not an invention, nor a symbolic tale. He was a breaking point. Guided by knowledge that did not belong to his world of origin, he managed to cross a real passage between the walls, a strait that appears on no official chart, and he did so accompanied by someone who already knew the path. What he found on the other side was not emptiness. It was another world. Since then, multiple expeditions have been carried out toward other regions within the dome system, not to conquer, not to dominate, but with a deeper purpose, to reconnect, to recover what was separated, to understand what was hidden. Because this was never simply about geography, it is a fracture in the way you perceive reality. The ice walls are not the edge of the world, they are the edge of your perception, and beyond them there is no simple secret waiting to be revealed. There is a truth so vast, so disruptive, that it does not fit easily into what you know. A truth that cannot be ignored once it is seen. Because once you truly see it, there is no way back.